Good morning, everybody. This is Dr. Rao coming to you live. Just to be of use, any questions, any wondering, you can come up and we can talk and uh, we'll see. Uh, Hi,
Hi, doctor. What's the topic today?
all whatever you guys want to be. See, let me tell you a little bit about myself, then you can.
Okay, I have already heard. We have already one time talked, sir.
Okay. All right. For the other people who are in the other channels, I've opened on several of the channels, right?
Okay, sir.
So
Okay, sir.
let me introduce and then we'll get into it. Okay. Get your questions or comments or whatever you want to tell me. That's fine. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So I am a physician in internal medicine for a long time, and now
Okay, sir.
I am kind of uh, almost retiring age, but I'm not retired yet. I have a
Okay.
new company I kind of formed, which is like a my own company, which is BA PAL, which is like a uh, combination of modern medicine and ancient wisdom. So I bring in ancient wisdom to help us to deal with the stresses. We can improve our body and mind and also develop some hacks that can help us to deal with the stress and burnout of this age. I do coach physicians and nurses and other pharmacists, other healthcare workers for burnout because I know what the healthcare system can do to us, so I try to help them. I've been here for 40 some years, right? So I've been following so many changes in the field too, so I kind of adjusted. So I'm trying to teach them what I understood. Okay. Other thing is, I kind of found ancient wisdom has a lot of hacks for us to protect the earth, protect the environment, and to really make us a better consumers of the resources in a way that will be helpful to the earth. Okay. And I talked about education, I talked about relationships, and so many things. I have a club here. This is the BFL, but I also have a house that is docks and burnout. You're all welcome to come there, and we can meet there more often. I also have a book coming up, which is called Modern Challenges and Ancient Solutions. I opened a Facebook group on that, so you are welcome to come there too. And I do give a lot of talks like this, and people can come and talk to us about it. So any questions, shoot my way, and then we will be able to do that. But I will tell you the services that I usually like to give to people is teach them how to be doing yoga in the sense of not just the body and the mind, but also uh, how can you do real yoga in the sense of transcending the mind and really understanding being in this one energy that we are all in. And yoga tells you how to remove those blocks that in your mind that you form, right? Those kind of things. As far as when I come to several rooms, I do talk about whatever I know, and people pose me questions and I answer them. Otherwise, I just listen to what they are saying. Lately, I'm into artificial intelligence, I'm into chat GPT, and I'm into this metaverse coming up. So I'm trying to understand the new technologies so that my work is speeded up. Actually, it has done. It has helped me to cut down the time and also improve the my writing style, things like that. Okay. Ivy, come up. So my friend Ivy is here. I would like her to come up and we can start talking about things. So that is about me, and that's why I'm here. I like to be involved in what is called seva. Seva means service, service of the everybody or everything that we are involved in. This is a harmony between me and the world, right? unselfish work, and really giving out from the heart, and sharing things such a way that we are in the harmony of our understanding. That is something that ancient wisdom taught me, how to be in tune with universal values. Okay, so anybody have questions on that? You're welcome to come and talk about that too. Because if you don't understand what is being harmonious with our world, then we will expend a lot of energy out of being in disharmony, and that is not good for us. Okay, so it's a common sense call, but then we were raised to work for ourselves and look after our interests, and really live our life, but that is really not the universal law. Universal law is being in union with everybody, really helping out in an unselfish way, and really being in that seva, the service. Okay, they're not big words if you understand. After things are settled down with you, and how can you give back? That's the one, lot of people do that, right? But if you have it from the beginning, I think it's a much better way of living, right? That's why I come here once in a while just to meet my friends. It's not that I can't go to the rooms and I do that too. But then I go there and also participate, I learn, and also I give whatever I know. So there's a good interaction that I have, and a lot of people are very nice and kind and generous to me, which is, I will say that my ego is not inflated during those times, and that's also an exercise in facing the ego, right? That is another thing we talk about if you are interested. So I'm giving you various ways to interact with me, various ways to engage me while I'm here. I plan to be here at least 1 hour, so you can come and about my reaching. Otherwise, come back and look my profile, and you will find how to reach me. You can send me emails at hkolusu@gmail.com, or you can reach my website bapal.net, or you can message me on LinkedIn, or you can message me here on Clubhouse or Instagram or Facebook. So many are there. And I do some live programs on my Facebook page of my book, and also Be a Pal. Both are kind of, I come there sometimes and talk to few people that are interested to talk to me live, and that go very well too. And also go and participate in uh, audio on live in LinkedIn audio. But this is also being really transmitted via LinkedIn live also on the stream. Uh, so many ways you can reach me, and so many ways you can form these questions and come. I'm not interested in arguments or really defeating anybody, none of it. This is just to share understanding in friendship, in equality, and really being helpful to the life as a whole, and for us as an individual too. So I shy away from people trying to establish their viewpoint and then dominate us. They can have their viewpoint, but here we are here to share in truth what is happening for us, right? That kind of thing. Okay. So I put some music there because that will be helpful for us to be in that peaceful atmosphere too. So if it disturbs you, let me know, and I will tone it down. Okay. There are people on wisdom here. Daryl is here. Daryl, you can come up. So Michael is there, and Smith and Zen Master. I don't think I met him, but a lot of people are there too. What is happening with Ivy? I thought she was going to come up. Otherwise, we will talk about something. I was talking to my family this morning. We can talk about that too. So what we were talking about is what are the universal laws, and how can we be in harmony with them? You know, the universal law. Then we'll have a rhythm with the universe, and we will be able to lead a life that is free of this conflict, free of this energy that goes towards maintaining our individuality and all that. Okay, and that's kind of uh, uh, important to understand in spiritual life that happens, and people come from that within uh, being unselfish and giving to the world in a way that is nurturing to the world and to the people, to the lives you touch. See, what happens usually is when the egos clash, when egos really trying to assert themselves, or this mind in the form of ego is trying to assert yourself, a lot of energy goes and lot of conflict takes away that energy. But once you realize we are all in one energy and you are going to share with it, it's not a session of the ego, but it is the effacement of the ego, right? Then you are in tune with the universe also. Because universe is really having us all in one energy. And if you want to go away from it, if you're going to go against it, then you have to expend a lot of your energy, right? So you may think I'm very clever, I can assert myself, I can get some things, fine. But then what happens to you when you lose them all? That is the life, right? People go make a lot of money and thinking that that money making will help them get a position of power and all that, but usually life comes and knocks against it. Okay, and sooner or later, either they become empty or they become very unsatisfied or dissatisfied with the accumulation, and they don't have the same joy anymore, and they want to understand what universe provided for us is a happy, blissful, peaceful, contented state within us. We move away from that by establishing ourselves in either the mind or the body, right? So that is where we want to understand what am I identified with. Am I identified with the body and that my mind, all the thinking, all the things that go in my mind, or am I identified with that awareness beyond the thought? Once you establish yourself in that awareness, this separative thought or really making you feel like you're alone, that kind of thing goes away. So you're in union, in harmony with the universe, and also you are blissful by yourself. That's why ancients talked about first realize who you are. That is, you are not this physical body, inert body. You are not these thoughts coming and going, or you are not this thought that tells you that I am this thought, this ego that I identify with, but really missing out the inner being that you are, and that is always aware. In that awareness, your thoughts happen, but you make the thoughts as the primary thing because you think that you are that, but you are not that. Then you are establishing your real self, that is Atma Mokshartham. First realize that you are this inner energy, inner awareness that is common to everyone. Not just is the inner awareness, you are that awareness. Okay. Once you realize that I'm awareness, and then the awareness thoughts come and go, bodies come and go, and then you will be in a permanent stage. You won't have this what are called kleshas, afflictions of the mind. they don't happen, and then you will be peaceful, calm, and able to handle up and downs of the lives very, very well in beautiful energy. Okay, so those things considered, Atma Mukshatam happened. Then what do? You go and help the world. Jagat Hitaya Cha. Not in the sense that you are superior or they are inferior, none of that. It is like you realized, and then you're going to work according to your realization, which tells you that you are one with the universe. So you go and help yourself actually, your brother self. So they are all of one energy, right? Then you will be doing what is called Jagat Hitaya Cha. Jagat means world, Hitaya Cha means for the welfare. So the first thing is to realize who you really are, and then go and help the world in whichever way you are presented, whichever thing is given to you, your job, your creation, everything. Okay? But right now, what's happening is people want to achieve spiritual enlightenment or peace and all that so that they can get some money out of it. That way they get defeated, and or they want to assert that how good they are. That means they are not really of the egoic identification. Again, we back to the square. So once you nullified the transcended the ego, then you go and help the world. Okay, you don't have to. Also, you can sit quiet and then lead your life, lead your country. But then uh, it is the nature of the universe to give. The sun gives, right? Like that wind gives, and everything gives us. We kind of abuse that and made it harmful to us. But even the intelligence, the mind, the thoughts, they're all given to us so that we shape the world better or ourselves better too. But we abuse and we misunderstand. We mistake what was given to us and then use it for the wrong purposes. In the sense, the mind is given, but you use the mind to destroy yourself. Okay, that kind of thing. Okay, so so many areas we can talk, so many ways I can help you. That I what I understood, I can share you. I don't know if you take it and implement it, and eventually it will help you. But it's up to you. It's not that following me, but it is understanding me and looking at those things. So, ancient practices of Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, right? Shravana means whatever whoever is talking about, first listen carefully. Okay, you just give your attention to just listening. Then don't accept it. Then dwell on it. That is the Manana. Dwell on it, think about it, and find the truth about it. Once you find the truth, then make sure that is applied in your life. That is nididhyasana. That is the meditation that happens lots of times. Okay, so understand these three methods of ancient investigation. In here, there is no need for getting into one particular religion. It's a process. Anybody want to learn anything, they first listen to the new information, right? And then making your mind work on it becomes the manana, dwelling on it, questioning it, finding the truth about it, and then once you learn about it, then you implement in your life. What is the difficulty is the data that is accumulated or the conditionings that accumulate in our mind are so strong, the mind becomes very dense. That's why it's so difficult to really apply these things, even though you know they are the truths. You cannot apply them because your mind is so established in that particular thought. Why it happened was when we are thinking, we are not thinking about whether it is right or not, important or not, is this universal harmony or not. We don't think about that. And then we go on thinking unconsciously, they become a pattern. And those patterns, not like the computer, we can delete it with one switch. These are established in a human being, and the only way those patterns change is the human being himself works on himself. That is the key, right? And once you accumulate them in the meditation also, when they come, you just let them go. That is the purpose of meditation, is make your mind um, empty, settle it down, you know, and then you can see the truth for yourself. And then you can lead a life that is really established in happiness. And the happiness itself is awareness. That awareness is of our existence. That's why they pointed that out. And having that perspective, coming out, seeing that kind of energy in everybody else is the spiritual progress. Once you are established in energy and you don't have this separation in your mind and heart, then you are one with all, and that is being in the love. Okay, so this is a very energizing, really giving you maksad, they call that, means purpose in life. Not all the things that we think we give please us, they may for the moment, but then they go. For example, when I bought my first car, I was 27. It gave me a lot of pleasure for a couple of days, and then it's gone, right? So then you want to have another car that has better features and all. So you mature out of that, and you see how things don't really give you a lasting happiness. And the same way with any of the desires, whatever desires you have, once the maturity comes and they go away, and then you see the void. That's why all these accomplish. For example, I was told by somebody that there are 10 Nobel laureates that won the Nobel Prizes. They committed suicide. And they wanted to find out what was the reason these highly accomplished people committed suicide, right? So they went and talked to their families. You know what the families said? The families said, see, they didn't know what else to achieve after they achieved the Nobel Prize. So they were caught in that uh, emptiness of not able to do anything else, not having any other purpose, because they are only thinking of what they can achieve in the world of the thought or in the world of the awards and all that material things, right? So what happened? They could not find any further progress on achieving that. That's why they felt as though there's nothing there for them to strive. There is no meaning for them to stay, and then they left. So think about that, you know. So the ancient wisdom talked about this quite well. He said, okay, you want to earn a living, you want to make money. Okay, that is they call, okay, wealth building. That's one way of life, right? But do that in a righteous way, in a nice way, that you work hard and you get it. That's fine. But that is also limiting. That will not give you forever fulfillment. And then you want to go for the desires in your heart. Okay, go it in a natural way, go it in a righteous way. Don't do harm to other people and all that, right? Those two. And then what happens after that? Also, desire after desire, you have to go on to it. That means transient nature of fulfillment with the desire. But there is in human beings a permanent way of fulfillment, that is turning inward and then really realizing that self. That's what we were talking about. Once we have reached that, then you go and help the world. You will be on the path continuously, but you are in a very nice path. Irrespective of what is happening in your external life, you are very stable and able to focus your mind energy on achieving things that you want to achieve. So you are much more in flow, whatever you are doing. There will be less of interfering thoughts to deplete your energy. So you will put all your energy in what you think is the right thing to do, is what you think is the thing that you want to achieve. You want to create something, you will create it. But you're already fulfilled, so you don't look fulfillment from that, so that all your energy will go into creating that. And after you create, You are not dependent on the fruit of that. That's why, because you're already fulfilled, you are doing it, you will do any job without the doership, without expecting any of the result. This is the famous saying in Bhagavad Gita, Karmanya Vadikaraste Ma Phaleshu Kadachana. That poem, he tells this warrior who was reluctant to kill his own kith and kin, like brothers and cousins and all the gurus, his teachers, his grandpa. He doesn't want to kill all of them. But then the Krishna is the incarnate of the God. So he tells him, "You, it is all your own illusion, but these are all people will lose their bodies and the mind. What they remains is their soul, because they are doing things in a non-righteous way. It is your job to go against that and then put that to an end. If they are supporting non-righteousness, then you got to go and um, exert your duty, that I have to raise against this non-righteousness. Okay, in doing that, you don't say you are doing it, but you are led by the divine to fulfill your duty. And as you are doing it, the fruits that come up, you don't need them because you're already fulfilled self. The only thing is you don't realize that you are in illusion that you are this body mind complex. This is very important because we consciously cultivate a thought in the wrong way, thinking that we are separative ego. We are our fulfillment lies in this whatever the body can achieve or whatever the mind can achieve, missing out what is permanently already fulfilled self within us. As human beings, we can turn inward, we can think like that, and then we can change our conscious thought into this kind of happiness. That means you kind of put your consciousness down and bring forth the deeper awareness in which all these thoughts, everything is happening. But you don't want to because you have invested so much in the thought. I am this, I achieved this, I have this capacity. You are focused on that, and then you are not able to move to your real self because you are deluded to thinking what you are not, you, and you are away from what you really are. This one was explained in ancient wisdom. They said, Praptasya prapti, nivrittasya nivritti. Praptasya prapti means what you are, you will get. That is awareness you are, that you will get. Nivrittasya nivrit. What you are not, you will lose. The sensation, I am this body, I am this mind, you will lose. Okay, so that is what I want to bring forth to you, and so I hope I'm serving you. I'm here to answer questions. Anybody wants to come up, and ask me those questions, I'll be happy to. Otherwise, I'm going to tell you what I is in my heart, and then sharing it to you, and you take it or leave it, is up to you. Okay, it's just a perspective. It is just a perspective that brings in stability for me. I don't get swayed by the external thing. That I will do what is needed. Right now I'm looking for coaching. I'm looking to work as a chief wellness officer. I'm working on a book. All those are intended to serve, to deliver this message. It's not all the people like interact with. They say, "Oh, how much money you're expecting? How much?" Not really. It doesn't matter. So just finish those things and let that take care of itself. And it is so happened that after I had my stroke in 2014, everybody that I'm done. I'll be in a wheelchair and then I'll go. And this is true. With majority of the stroke victims, they become 50 to 60% of them, they become disabled. They become really not able to come back, but I came back within a month. I came back actually, and then It is not that the weakness doesn't remain; it will be there. But then I have discovered how limiting our modern medicine is to treat that kind of injury. The therapy they give, for example, is only half an hour a day, and then they say, "Oh, I'm done. This is all the insurance pays on." So they give 3 times a week, wholly inadequate. You got to be doing this maybe 6 to 8 hours a day therapy, whatever you can do. So slowly, you build it up, but then you don't let it like that. Passive movements, then active movements, and continuous exercise, so that of course your stroke, your health is not going to permit you so many hours, but at least do for 15 minutes, take rest for an hour, another 15 minutes, like that. So aggressive, really oriented towards recovering the strength of the muscles and also building up that my brain tissue in there, that requires constant exercise. So I happen to be a very big enthusiast of putting my patients who are, I diagnose them first time on the first day, immediately on some kind of physical activity. It could be passive, that means the the patient's relative take the arm and move it because he cannot move it on his own, right? That is a passive exercise. But once he's there, he can start with a small movement and then gain more, right? So that micro yoga, which I know, and I started in the ICU as I lay down there, not able to move left side at all, right? And then the movement and everything came, and then I made them put me on a treadmill with a gurney. I could not even stand, okay, but I made them put on there and then try to walk there. That effort, that motivation is needed. And then now I walk today for half an hour on my treadmill without any support or anything, right? So you can get all that back, you know. I want feel that I was given that kind of stroke and all that at the time by the divine, so that I can focus more on this wellness, more on realizing these truths, and also share with the world. So I kind of told you just as a anecdote, but it's not my conscience that I was that victim of anything. I consider it was an opportunity for me to grow, right? And also come back and to share people. Okay, hopefully that will help you to understand the things in perspective. Modern medicine, I have a criticism on that is chronic diseases were not really helping people. We are not helping them, first of all, to live a very well, healthy life. And we only treat them when they got injured or when they got an illness, and we don't really help them to get rid of the chronic diseases, but rather give the symptoms, give the medications and all that without really building up the inner resilience each human body has. It may be some or more, but everybody has. That's why I am pushing on this wellness. What does the wellness mean? Physically strong, flexible, energetic, right? And we are also having this endurance that we can do our jobs better, aerobic capacity, right? And mind wise, I want mind to be focused and to be calm when it is not working, right? Then have a loving, compassionate heart, be kind to people and all. And then, do you have joy in your life? You have a strong body, focused mind, and kind heart, but are you having joy in your life? Are you happy to be a human being? Are you That is where I said the limiting factors of the accumulation, limiting factors of the desires, all those are gone. Then you find something inside of you, which is the real happiness. Once you discover that, you are working to help other people discover in their own way. That's why I put the BA PAL, and where I give wellness club, where I give yoga coaching, where I consult people for grief, for relation problems, for health problems, and all that. But I'm moving more and more away about from the medications, so taking to how can we nurture the inner resilience that we have, you know. So lots of times people don't understand the progress that we can make by using some of the wisdom. It's not a crusty rusted world system, it's a dynamic wisdom that is still relevant to us. So I don't want to belong to any particular religion. I don't want to belong to any particular country, but I want to look at as a citizen on this earth as a global citizen. So that's why my perspective is always inclusive, not separative. That itself very energetic. So having all these things, understanding all these things has a permanent value. Okay, modern medicine has become, at least in the USA, very commercial, revenue generated, and treating people mechanically as though they are robots, you know. But human beings have this mind, this emotional self, and all these desires, all these accumulated needs, conditionings, all those things messed up, right? Uh, so they got to realize themselves and get out of the jail, otherwise they will be in the jail, you know. But I am here to help them to have a robust body, focused mind, kind heart, and also work through the heart and really discover the joy within. Okay, so anybody have any questions, or should I close it? I plan to keep it for 1 hour, but everybody's down there but not coming up. So maybe, do you like this, or do you want to listen to this, or? So I don't want to go on giving a lecture because I work better when somebody poses a question and then we can do. Julie is there. Julie, you can come up. I'll give a few minutes for somebody to come up and at least tell me, does what I said make sense to you or not? Well, anyway, I plan to do this quite often from onwards because I found a groove where I can be of service to people. And if I can help even one person, I feel very good that day. I usually do because a lot of people reach out for their different problems. So maybe privacy issues there. Some people don't want to talk about their problems. That's understandable. That's okay. But they can pose a general question, or they can try to. Uh, Come back and meet me on back channel or whatever, you know, that will be okay too. Otherwise, general discussion, just exploring areas where we can help ourselves. Okay, discover that, and if I can be a partner in that with you, I'll be happy. Okay. All right. If everybody is satisfied of listening to me, but not coming up and asking questions, I'll close the rooms now, and I'll see you back when I can. Okay. Goodbye. Yeah,